So some of you will already know this, but in case you didn't realize it, did you ever notice that the winterized T-51B power armor you get from the Operation Anchorage DLC in Fallout 3 never seems to break?
We'd actually throw everything. We threw wrenches, we threw everything. We even literally threw the kitchen sink at the glass, and it didn't break.
That's not by accident. Well, okay, it is by accident, but not in the way you think. See, when Bethesda made the DLC, they didn't want to make players mess around with repairing their equipment in the DLC so they could have the bodies disappear in the simulation. As a solution, they made all the equipment in the DLC almost indestructible so you'd never have to repair it. And the power armor you get at the end? Yeah, that's the wrong copy. That's the armor that's supposed to stay inside the DLC simulation. But that begs the question, can you get the rest of the equipment outside the simulation as well? Turns out the answer is yes, and I'll show you how to do it. So first things first, before you even start the DLC, you've got to do some setting up first. Once you're at the Outcasts outpost, talk to the Outcasts until they tell you to sit in the simulation chair. But don't sit down yet.
Please have a seat right there.
It's a trap!
If you need help finding the Outcasts outpost, I have a video that will show you the quickest, safest path to get there from the beginning of Fallout 3. Once you're at the point where you need to sit down in the chair, you need to find the body of Gary 29. You can find him here. See, the Outcasts need a Pip-Boy to get into the simulation. So they found one of the Gary clones of Vault 108 and tried to get him in the chair to help them. However, the Gary clones are literally insane. To find out why, I have a video here about the lore of Vault 108. Anyway, grab the Gary clone body and drag it to the chair. Then you basically want to set it up as if the clone was using the chair, so when you sit on them, your body will be inside their body. Don't forget to say no homo, unless that's your thing.
You said something gay, so you gotta say no homo, or else you the homo.
Once the clone is in position, sit in the chair normally. This will begin the simulation. And that's it. That's the hard part about this. You have to play through the entire DLC to find out if it worked. I've had it work and I've had it not work. But long story short, play through the Bethesda Call of Duty simulator, and once it's over, try to push your camera downwards, where the Gary clone is, and spam the select button, like A for Xbox and X for PlayStation, over and over again. You're trying to activate the Gary clone's inventory the second the game comes back to you after the loading screen, before the game engine can despawn your inventory and replace it with your inventory from before the simulation. If you're successful, you'll be able to empty everything from the DLC inventory into the Gary clone. Then the game will despawn the simulation inventory and replace it with your original inventory. Once that's over, you can pull all that stuff back out of the Gary clone into your inventory. Only thing you'll want to be careful of now is not mixing up your new indestructible equipment with some of the random Fallout 3 equipment you'll find laying around. Don't accidentally sell this stuff after all the work you did to get it out. But at least you'll have this cool winter combat armor, and the helmet is impossible to get anywhere else in the game. I make Fallout content all the time. Everything from how-to videos like this, to lore breakdowns, to character information. If you don't want to miss out, make sure you subscribe, or the monster under your bed will give you sloppy while you sleep. I'm revisiting Fallout 3 because it's been so long since I last played it, so stick around. Until next time, I'll see you around.